When something is common, it is easy to take it for granted. Things become ordinary when they're embedded into everyday life. Maybe it's kitchen utensils, food packaging, or even your phone. Once upon a time, aluminium was considered an elite material, more valuable than gold. It was reserved for only the most wealthy and influential people. Napoleon would impress guests with aluminium jewellery and dinnerware. So how did one of the most precious metals in the world turn into a ubiquitous and affordable commodity? Something that is so accessible that we now take it for granted. It was by transforming the process with the discovery of smelting, which drastically reduced the cost to produce aluminium. Today, we're visiting Alcoa Pinjarra alumina refinery to meet a team of people that have made it their job to refine that process and make it even more successful now and into the future. They have been inventing new technology to test samples in a fraction of the time. They have been finding ways to repurpose waste into useful products and tweaking the systems to solve problems before they even emerge.
We use aluminium in just about everything we touch, whether it be phones, computers, boats, cars, chemicals, planes. It just has this endless use. And the aluminium is part of the solution because it makes cars lighter, right? It makes things more fuel efficient.
So here at the Pinjarra Alumina Refinery, we take bauxite in from the Huntley mine and turn it into a product called alumina. We produce around 4.7 million tonnes of alumina per year. So it's quite a big refinery. It's one of the biggest in the world.
In this job, it's not only just processing dirt or rocks here, bauxite, to alumina powder, then we can make aluminium. You want to make sure that you use the most efficient way to produce it. And also, you want to be as clean as possible so you can save the environment in the future for the future generation. And at the same time, you have to make everybody safe, which is our first priority here. Whoever comes to work has to go home safely. I work at Alcoa Pinjarra as a PC superintendent. I'm looking after 6 of my teams, and then we're looking after the whole plant. And we're coordinating all the work, and we are working 24/7. Everyone has a really, really important role in this industry. So that information, that data is the key to every decision making that we do here.
We've got a corporate goal to reduce our waste to landfill. So we're currently trying to look into as many projects as possible to try and either recycle some of the waste or reuse it somewhere in the process or send it off site to another facility that can reuse it. We have a worm farm that's been operating for over 20 years. It was set up to take the organic waste that's produced from the refineries and the mine sites and the corporate and regional offices here in Western Australia. We collect a lot of environmental data that can be, groundwater monitoring data, surface water flows, air monitoring data, dust level data, noise data, odour data, so much data. And we analyse and look at trends in that data and see where we might create some projects to try and reduce our usage or our impacts in those areas. I think I've always been a data nerd. It's the subjects at university that I excelled at, and I think that's just because I like investigating and finding trends in the environment and in the data that we collect.
I'm the Chemical Services Manager, which is the lab manager at Alcoa. Things that we check really are the data that's going out to the refinery. So first thing in the morning, arrive, make sure we have staff, the instruments are all operating and in control, and then we review the data to make sure that what we produced overnight is suitable for use in the refinery. So we produce about 1,000 samples a day, so there's lots of data to check first thing in the morning. Chemistry is that central science, it's the beginning of everything. We are made of chemicals, the universe around us is made of chemicals. So for us, it's the things that you can't see, you want to understand them. Being aware of technology and understanding it and knowing how to implement is key. So some of those analyses which used to take us 24 hours, we can now do in minutes, literally minutes, 5 minutes. And other things we don't actually have the systems, or there's not commercially available systems to use. So what we would do is actually collect the pieces that we need, whether it be auto samplers and robotics, and piece them together with other systems and then develop our own in-house technology to automate all of those systems. What inspires me is the collection of people that we have together and the technology that we develop, which is absolutely at the forefront of the industry. We need the brightest people, those with innovation, those people with new ideas, to really grasp those opportunities to keep Alcoa at the forefront of technology.
Alcoa relies on tried and tested processes to take bauxite and turn it into alumina and then aluminium. There are a series of steps to take with a clear goal in mind. Although processes are essential and the basis of everything we do, it is impossible to improve if we always do what we've always done. Innovation happens by thinking differently and being curious and analytical enough to ask, how can we be more precise, efficient, or sustainable? The team at Alcoa Pinjarra Alumina Refinery are constantly analysing, investigating, and problem solving, just in case there is a better way to do things.